astronaut on the Martian surface with an Indian flag patch and the label Mangalyan-4. It suggests a level of spaceflight capability that would place India at the very top of the global hierarchy. The excitement is grounded in real history. In 2013, the Indian Space Research Organization reached Mars on its first attempt with the Mangalyan-1 probe, a feat managed with a budget smaller than that of many Hollywood space movies. However, there is a massive gap between orbiting a 15-kilogram robotic camera and supporting the complex biological needs of a human being on the Martian surface. We need to determine if this image represents a leaked roadmap for a future mission, or if it is a piece of digital fiction. The first nation to successfully land humans on Mars will likely establish the technical standards, communication protocols, and orbital laws that define the next century of interplanetary travel.
The journey itself is an endurance test. Because the distance between Earth and Mars changes as they orbit the Sun, a crude vehicle must traverse millions of miles of deep space, survive the Martian environment, and then wait for orbits to realign. To verify the claims of a Mangalyan-4 mission, we have to look past the social media hype and audit the physical capacity of India's current launch infrastructure. Surviving a mission of this scale remains the most difficult engineering hurdle in modern science. Israel's actual roadmap reveals that the next mission, Mangalyan-2, is exclusively robotic. It is designed to extend their orbital research, not to carry a crew. Mars is intensely hostile to life. It possesses a thin, toxic atmosphere and surface temperatures that can plummet to minus 100 degrees Celsius, requiring life support technology that doesn't yet exist in a portable form. Mangalyan-2 will focus on science payloads, likely a lander or even a small helicopter, rather than the heavy habitats and oxygen-scrubbing systems needed for human survival. Space exploration follows a strict evolutionary path. Skipping from a simple orbiter to a crude landing ignores the mandatory developmental stages required to keep astronauts safe. The vision in the viral image relies on a capability that Israel hasn't yet demonstrated, putting a human into Earth's orbit. Development is currently focused here, on the Gaganyaan program. This full-scale model represents the hardware India is building to send its first astronauts into space using domestic technology. The goal is to reach low Earth orbit. Mastering life support a few hundred miles above Earth is a necessary step before attempting to survive for months in the deep space environment between planets. Until the Gaganyaan program is fully operational and the risks of human spaceflight are managed, a Mars mission remains out of reach. Beyond life support, there is a physical limitation rooted in basic physics, the ratio of weight to thrust. This is the tyranny of the rocket equation. For every kilogram of food, water, and air you add to a crew module, you need an exponential amount of fuel to move it. That fuel requires larger tanks, which in turn require even more fuel. India's strongest rocket, the LVM-3, has a payload capacity suited for satellites and small landers. A human Mars return mission requires a next-generation launch vehicle with several times that power. The LVM-3 is a highly successful heavy-lift vehicle, providing the thrust necessary for the recent lunar and Martian probes. However, Mangalyan-4 would require a leap in propulsion technology that will take decades to develop and test. To answer the initial question, no, an Indian astronaut is not heading to Mars in the near future. This image is speculative fiction, but the fact that this image is being discussed at all shows how much has changed. 10 years ago, global experts questioned if India could even sustain a basic robotic probe in Martian orbit. Today, India's successful lunar landing and growing satellite network have established the nation as a full-spectrum space power, capable of executing some of the most complex maneuvers in the solar system. While Mangalyan-4 is not on the immediate schedule, the hardware being built today is the foundation that will eventually turn this artwork into a real photograph. This image has been circulating through space forums, showing an astronaut on the Martian surface with an Indian flag patch and the label Mangalyan-4. It suggests a level of spaceflight capability that would place India at the